My name is Muhammad Afizuddin bin Azhari. My matric number is 2021969311. Okay, let's go to our company background. Panasonic Malaysia Berhad, Matsushita Sales and Service Berhad, Moscow was established on 29 March 1976. But then, Moscow was renamed National Panasonic Malaysia Berhad (NPM) in 1992. As a global brand unification movement of Panasonic, NPM was officially called Panasonic Malaysia Sdn Bhd from 1 October 2003, and Panasonic Malaysia Sdn Bhd closes its account on 31st December. Panasonic Malaysia Sdn Bhd is a company engaged in the business of sales, services, marketing, Panasonic brand of electrical and electronic consumer and business solutions. And Panasonic Malaysia Sdn Bhd has their own vision and mission, which is the strategy design of Panasonic not only aims to increase profit, but also aims to improve people's life through creating goods needed for society or through providing wholehearted services. Panasonic Malaysia Sdn Bhd can be found in China, Japan, Malaysia, Korea, and basically for all Asian countries. And their objective is to recognize their responsibilities as industrialists. Panasonic will devote themselves to the progress of development of society and the well-being of people through their business activities, thereby enhancing the quality of life throughout the world. Okay, moving on next, management approach. We have three management approach. First one is component of entity that engage in business activities from which it may earn revenues and incur expenses. Second, whose operating results are reviewed by the chief operating decision maker, which is CODM, to make decision about resource allocation. And lastly, performance assessment for which discrete or separate financial information is available. Okay, we will look into the factor one, nature of business activities. Nature of product or services which is supplied by Panasonic Malaysia Berhad, which is living appliances such as kitchen appliances, laundry system and beauty and personal care, heating and aircon ventilation company, cold chain solution and electric. Type of class of customers is supplier, regulators, local and international. Nature of production process, which is prevention of global warming and effective utilization of resources. To utilizing the resources that were previously wasted across the entire production process, Panasonic has established a process where resources are recovered from used products, recycled into products, and further delivered to customers to realize sustainable business activities throughout the product life cycle. And then lastly, method used to distribute product provider services, which is selective distribution. Panasonic products can be purchased from our official outlets, shopping malls, franchise outlets, retailers, and through online shopping sites, which has become the major selling outlet for the company, distributing throughout authorized showroom and service centers, retail outlets, direct sales channel, resellers, distributions, and OEMs, original equipment manufacturer, are helping the company in reaching the customers with its offerings. Moving on to next, our second factor is existence of managers responsible for activities. All of the managing directors are responsible for activities in Panasonic. They are also accountable and responsible to maintain regular contact with CODM in making the decision which will benefit the company. In discussing of operating activities, financial results and forecasts are planned for the segment. The first one is Mr. Yosuke Matsunaga, which is Managing Director Panasonic Malaysia, effective on 1st April 2013. He replaces Jeff Lee, who will be retiring. Previously, he served as Deputy Managing Director of Panasonic Deutschland, a German subsidiary of Panasonic Corporation since 2009. Then second one is Mr. Chang Chi Chung, which is Managing Director Research and Development for Panasonic Malaysia, effective 1st April 2013. And next one is Kenji Kamada, Managing Director and Executive Director Technology. He previously occupied the position of Division General Manager at Panasonic Corporation, Managing Director at Panasonic Appliances Thailand Company Limited, Director Home Appliances Division at Panasonic Manufacturing Thailand. And last one is P. Ling Siu, which is Managing Director Sales and HR, Panasonic Manufacturing Malaysia Berhad. And our last factor is information presented to the Board of Directors. The Chief of Operating Decision Maker, CODM, shall review the operating results of both sets of the components and the financial information which is available on a regular basis. The Board of Directors for Panasonic Malaysia Berhad has access to any information which is required for them and has unrestricted access to any information of the group business for BOD to make decision, which will benefit to Panasonic Malaysia's Narayan Berhad.
My name is Amira Zambila binti Azman. My metric number is 2021305447. I will explain about type of segment. We have 4 type of segment. First are demographical segment. Okay, our age group is teenager to citizen. Gender is male to female. Our geographical segment is area in Asia, Europe and America. Country is Japan, China, Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, Hong Kong, United Kingdom and United States. Third is psychological segment. Okay, our social class is upper middle class and working class. Lifestyle is urban lifestyle. And lastly is behavioral segment. Benefit is quality, economy, convenience. User status is as user, potential user and regular user, and our attitude to a product is positive. Next is chief of decision making. The responsibility is to allocate resources to and assess the performance of the operating segment of an entity. Next is control the management committee, and therefore the COGM has control over the operating decision made. And third is identifying operating segment is the extent to which the operating result of business unit are aggregate for the purpose of review by the COGM. While process to identify the reportable segment and non-reportable segment, we use qualitative threshold test is 10% test and 75% test is applicable to revenue basis only. For revenue, the total reported revenue from sales to external customer and inter-segment. For profit or loss, amount of reported profit or loss of the segment of either the combined profit or of all operation segment or the combined losses of all operating segment. And the asset, the total asset of operating segment compared with the total asset of all operating segment of the company. If the operation segment does not meet any of the quantitative threshold test, it is 10% threshold test, it will not be qualified to be separately disclosed in the financial statement and must be combined together and disclosed as all other segments category. So decision is Panasonic Malaysia Berhad is using revenue basis in measuring in operating segment.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Mfrs Safi bin Mustafa Ma'ruf. Okay, now I want to share about our calculation using revenue basis under 10% threshold test. There are 5 types of reporting operating segment, which is firstly appliances, second eco solution, thirdly connected solution, and then automotive and industrial system, and last one is others. Based on our calculation using 10% threshold test, they can divide it by 2 group, which is reportable that are more than 10% and one more non-reportable which is less than 5%. Based on our calculation, we can conclude that there are 4 types of a segmental report is reportable and 1 more is non-reportable. Home appliances, eco-solution, connected solution, automotive and industrial system is categorized under reportable, and 1 more others is included in non-reportable. Other than that, the entity should perform another test, which is 75% of total revenue requirement. To calculate the 75% of total revenue, we use the external revenue of reportable segment divided by total external revenue times with 100%. For segmental analysis, at least 75% of total revenue of reportable segment divided by total external revenue times with 100%. For segmental analysis, at least 75% of total revenue of the entity should be accounted for by the combined external revenue of identified reportable operating segment. If the total revenue is less than 75% of the entity's revenue, the management shall identify additional segment as reportable segment even they fail the test of 10% threshold until at least 75% of the entity's total revenue is included in reportable segment. In this situation, the result shows that is 69.82%, which exceed at least 75% of total revenue requirement. Since the reportable segment is more than 75% of the total revenue, therefore, no additional segment are reported. So, here is the new segmental report for Panasonic Malaysia Sendirian Berhad as shown in the table. There are 5 reportable operating segments, which is appliances, eco-solutions, connected solutions, automotive and industrial system, and last one, others. New segmental report is using a revenue basis to measure the performance. The part of that, we have discussed to allocate income and other expenses such as depreciation, finance costs, and finance income.
Advantages of segment reporting. First is transparency and better insight, lower cost of capital, equilibrium in share price, improved context and investment and credit decision. And for these advantages of segment reporting, first is based on segmentation only, emphasis on the present, data manipulation, inter-segment transaction and allocation problem.